Bernadette Gaudio has testified now twice, two different murder trials in this case. Her son says that the family was okay with not having the death penalty in this case, that there are things that are worse than death. And he said this as he addressed the three convicted killers in this case. Something worse than death, he said, is that they'll be forgotten.
Andrew was a compassionate, curious, beloved person, a kid of many nicknames, and
a prankster who loved fun. Yeah.
And we'll remember him forever.
It's a small glimpse into the man whose life ended on December 8th.
He heard gunshots and he went into the danger. He tried to protect his mother, and he didn't have anything to protect her with except for himself. And to me, that's always going to be something I remember. That's one of the, bravest things I've ever seen in all the years that I've been doing this.
Gaudio was sleeping when he heard shots. He went running to help his mother.
To shoot a woman and paralyze her as she laid in bed, to execute her son in front of her, it doesn't get any worse than that.
Bernadette Gaudio is paralyzed. Her strength, something her son wanted the convicted killers to know, that despite what they tried to do, she survived.
We derive no joy out of these convictions and sentences, but we do feel that justice was served today.
All three men sentenced to life in prison without parole, and decades added to the sentences for additional crimes of robbery, burglary, and attempted murder. The Gaudios were celebrating a birthday on the night of December 7th, and they woke early in the morning to gunshots. Two men looking for guns, but they were in the wrong house. The judge told them once they didn't find what they were looking for, they could have left. But they didn't. And this is the worst crime her court has seen. The Gaudios now say with the sentences handed down, they'll be able to move forward and plan a memorial for Andrew and try and deal with the care of Bernadette.
Nah, I'm not going, bro. I see these three monsters right here, and number one, they was already committing a crime. Number two, they went into the wrong house. The wrong house. Shot and paralyzed the mother. Killed the son. And then the people are so nice, even though they are the victims, that they advocate against the death penalty. We too nice, y'all. And I hate to say that. I hate to be the one to break the bad news. But I'm telling you that life without parole, them getting 3 meals a day, is not good on taxpayer dime. I don't advocate for that. I'm not saying that that's the right thing to do. I'm not saying that it's the wrong thing to do. But I think that everybody should have to pay for their crimes. And just because you forgive somebody does not remove the accountability that go along with it. I see these dudes, and the one in the middle, he's smiling. He's smiling and he looking at the camera like it's cool. Like, hey, no big deal. You know what I'm saying? So what? Whatever. And they would have got away with it. And nobody in this scenario wins. Nobody wins. As a matter of fact, I could make a case and say that they won because they're going to live a long, fruitful life in which they can then be able to get funded based off of taxpayer funds. They'll probably be able to get a reduced, go lower down as far as the type of prison that they in, because we got liberal policies that advocate on the behalf of the prisoner instead of on the behalf of the people that's being, offended and the people that's under duress. The mother then is paralyzed. The son is dead. She got to live a worse life. And all because they just so happen to have the wrong address that they ran into. And these dudes was already in the process of committing the crime. Now, all of these liberal people, they'll advocate for them. They'll say, hey, no, this is right, this is wrong. But what about the family? What about the dead son? What about her in a wheelchair? And then the people was so nice. People take advantage of your friendliness. They take advantage of your sweet spirit. And these people got to be held accountable. Honestly, I just think that I don't even know what to say. It's such a horrible tragedy. It's such a bad thing And we live in a time where the criminal usually is the one that benefit. And people always say, well, you know, it's up to God. Nah, man, you got to pay for that. Somebody got to pay for that. I don't believe that they should be able to just walk away and just live a fruitful life and die when they're 80, 90 years old in prison. I just don't believe that, man. We so soft over here. We're so soft, bro.
Now in Montgomery County, the two men accused of shooting and killing 25-year-old Andrew Gaudio and paralyzing his mother during a home invasion in Lower Merion Township in December of last year. And the third man of orchestrating the crime will spend life behind bars. Kelvin Roberts and Charles Fulforth, co-workers at a junk removal company, went to the wrong address to execute their plan to steal guns from an elderly couple. After Jeremy Fuentes told them about the guns, this is according to the Montgomery County District Attorney's Office. Fulforth and Roberts were convicted of first-degree murder and Fuentes of second-degree murder, among other charges. Our Kelly Rule has more from court today.
It's so bad.
Robert Gaudio, who lost his brother in this horrific crime, and their mother, Bernadette, who was paralyzed in the shooting, had to read emotional statements 3 different times in court for each defendant. Judge Furman saying this is one of the most cold-blooded acts this court has ever seen.
It'll be nice to close the chapter.
Look at the mother.
Close the chapter in this book and
mother.
continue on with our recovery.
After an emotional day in court, the
That's
Gaudio
sad,
family
bro.
says they can officially move forward after a judge sentenced all 3 defendants connected to a home invasion at their family home on Meredith Road in Lower Merion Township in December of last year. Andrew Gaudio, the youngest son, was shot and killed, and Bernadette was paralyzed in the shooting, enduring debilitating physical pain and no ability to live the active life she once did.
We do feel
That's so
that
messed up,
justice
bro.
was served today.
No, justice was not served.
Just as it had been over the course of the past 2 trials.
This has been a really difficult journey for me, and now that the trial and the sentencing is over, we can focus on my health
We'll
and
never
my
be able to get
recovery.
over this.
Back in July, Charles Fulforth, who was the first to be sentenced today, and Kelvin Roberts were convicted of first-degree murder, among other charges, and sentenced today to life behind bars for
Monsters.
shooting Bernadette Gaudio in her bed, paralyzing her, and murdering Andrew, shooting him execution-style at their home on December 8th, hours after celebrating Robert's birthday. Prosecutors say the pair worked
Crazy.
together at junk luggers in Willow Grove and went to the wrong address as part of a plan to steal guns from an elderly couple in Bucks County. Fulforth received a consecutive sentence of 60 to 120 years. Judge Furman said to him, quote, "You are one of the worst offenders this court has ever seen." Roberts received a consecutive sentence of 55.5 to 120 years. He did have some family members that apologized and spoke about mental health struggles he had leading up to the crime.
It's always a mental health struggle. That's always the excuse. It always comes back to, well, they got a mental health struggle. It's not a mental health struggle trying to break into an elderly couple's home and steal guns because they would have killed them too.
A third junk lugger's co-worker, Jeremy Fuentes, was convicted of second-degree
Must be the
murder in a
mastermind.
separate trial and also sentenced to life behind bars with a consecutive sentence of 4 to 20 years, accused of telling Fulforth and Roberts about the guns in the home and setting up the home invasion. When given a chance to speak, he apologized to the Gaudio family.
To shoot a woman and paralyze her as she laid in bed, to execute her son in front of her, it doesn't get any worse.
So you know what happened? They went into the wrong house. Let me tell you how it played out. They went into the wrong house, but they still thought that it was the right house. And the son had just had a birthday. They probably brought the son in. And I'm just freestyling this, but let me tell you what it is that I think probably happened. Brought the son in, and because she wouldn't tell them what it is that they wanted to know, and they probably got angry, they executed the son in front of her and shot her. She lived, and it's just bad, bro. It's just bad all around. Let me know what y'all think inside of the comments. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. T. Hanley, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. I love you. I appreciate you. I don't love this.